All right, so this is going to be NPC tier list. All right. Down here, we have a bunch of NPCs. Patches S tier Colligan now. We have triple S, S, A, B, C, D. There's too many ranks, but Patches S tier Colligan now. Where's Patches? Alright, moving on. No, Patches, it's A tier. I mean, you hate it. You love to hate him. But it's been there. It's a staple of all the Souls-like, and I hope it's gonna still be there in the future. I think it deserves to be in the top spot. Maybe not like super top, but yeah, good enough. Who is this guy? Have I ever met this person? Whomst thou? I think I found his dead body in a church, but I don't remember ever talking to him when he was alive. Where is that guy? Alright, let's see. Elden Ring NPCs. It's not the guy that sat around the table in the balcony. No, that's Rogier, but it has a green outfit. See, this is Rogier. Let's see. Dude, it's not even on the list of NPCs here. Who is that person? That person? I don't know. It's gonna be in the who are you category, I suppose. Alright, then we have... Is this the Albinaric? That literally talked to me, pretended to know nothing, then said a bunch of things, gave me an amulet, coughed on me, and then died? Look, I'm gonna put it up in B, because I kinda have a weak spot for the Albinarics. I think they have been treated so poorly in this game. They deserve like a spot up there, you know? So these guys, I don't know who made them, but through one of the items description, it is said that Albinarics are basically artificial humans. Like they have been created by someone. Almost like an experiment. But the first generation Albinarics, which is all the ones that you see in the village of the Albinarics, like this guy, and the Latenna people as well, they're all weak, and they all don't have good legs. So they almost always end up completely paralyzed from the waist down, which is why you see them crawling around or like standing in place. Now the second generation Albinarics was improved, and it's those kind of frog-looking people. You know what the one? The cartwheeling guys. Those are second generation Albinarics, and according to one of the ashes, they are getting closer to a good outcome for the experiment. I suppose they are still not perfect, but they are better than them. But yeah, yeah, poor guy. Now Alexander is S tier. Alexander's one of the best NPCs in the game. Like his questline is fun. He's a funny guy. He's tough. Best pot. Best pot, 10 out of 10. No, I I think it's a very cool concept. These pots that store within themselves like the dead bodies of past warriors trying to absorb their prowess and become good warriors themselves. I don't know, it's just such a cool concept. And the fact that in the end, all he wanted was a good challenge, and when you defeat him, he's happy. He's just happy, you know? He found a good challenge. The only thing that he says is, keep my insides, pass them on. Someone else is going to become even stronger now. I don't know, it's very cool. It's a very cool concept. Is that lady? No, who is this person? It's the second time I think I see that woman and I don't know who she is. And I still don't know who she is, I don't think. No, that's not Tanith. This is Tanith. I have no idea. Who are you? Tanith. I'd say Tanith is a B. A C. I mean, she's just there, you know, at the mansion, trying to serve Rykard at the best of her possibilities, but like, she's not really doing anything. Also, she might be slightly evil because, you know, she's eating the body of Rykard and the god serpent, so he's trying to become the next serpent. Yeah, no, probably not a very good person in general. Also, not a very interesting NPC, I'd say. Now, obviously, Zoraya is S tier. When I first met her, I thought she was weird. I thought she was dodgy. She was a little sketchy. I didn't really trust her. But then she's this lovely, lovely lady, a lovely snake lady. She's a good person at heart. She doesn't even know half of the things that are happening in the manor. And I've seen like the rest of her quest, and it's actually really sweet. And it has a fairly good ending, you know, it's one of the few NPCs that if you actually do find them and don't like completely lose track of them as you play, has a good ending as an NPC, so I feel like that's a pretty good note, you know, in a game like Elden Ring. And you know, she's a sweet snake lady, come on, I have a sweet spot for them. Go on. Alright, Blade, it's a triple S. Like, his entire background is so cool. The fact that he was assigned by the Two Fingers, Ranni's Two Fingers, to protect her, but then Ranni betrays the Two Fingers, and he's sticking with her no matter what, but he's going crazy. The influence of the Two Fingers is literally making him go insane. And at the end, it does succumb to the madness. And even then, though, even in the madness, he's still like trying to protect Ranni. I think it's such a cool character, such a cool story. I don't know why he's a half wolfman. I don't think that was ever explained. But no matter what, it's just a very cool character. And he fights a little bit like Artorias, so come on, it's cool. I already see Bok here. Bok is S. Bok is S tier. Bok is the best boy. Bok is our best friend. Bok is good. And next time I'm gonna try to keep him alive. How about next time we try to keep Bok alive, yeah? I thought I was doing him a favor. He wanted the tear. I gave him the tear. How was I supposed to know he would just die in the process of becoming human? Next time, I guess I won't give him the tear. I don't know. Better disappointed, but alive, I suppose. But no, he's just this... This is a little creature. It's a demi-human, but apparently it's smarter than all the other demi-humans. He's a reject. He's been kicked out of the demi-human society. But he's still so grateful that you save him. You give him the chance to, you know, be whatever he wanted to be, to follow in the footsteps of his mother. I don't know. I think he's such a heartwarming character. It's very cool. I like him. One of the friendliest faces in the entire game. Bok is good. Bernal, I think it's called. Was it Bernal? Yeah, it's this guy. My Bernal. I mean, who is this guy? It's just a killer for the Volcano Manor, but does he have a backstory or something? Also, yeah, apparently we missed this, but he actually invades and tries to kill you at the end in Farum Azula. I don't think we got there, but I think he's just an assassin. You know, he respects you when you show him that you have the guts to kill all the Tarnished. I don't know if we know too much about them. I should probably read something about him, but it doesn't really seem very fleshed out or, you know, interesting. It doesn't have like a... I mean, I don't know if it has a cool backstory or not, but we don't really see the backstory. So I'd say it's on the same tier as Tanith. It's just kind of there, you know? Also, if he was so strong, why didn't he fight the bell-bearing hunter that got there to kill him? Right? He was in the War Master shack. Yeah, the War Master shack. So why didn't they fight? I don't know. It's just weird. I don't really like him. You know what? Crab Boy? I think he's alright. I like Crab Boy. I mean, sure. He used to be like a scoundrel, some sort of criminal, right? He was imprisoned. But it seems like legitimately, when he got out of prison, he had a change of heart. And now he's just a guy trying to get by, plagued by the past he had as a criminal. And he just can't get rid of it. But he's cool, man. He doesn't attack you. Like, he invites you over for food. And he seems legitimately sorry about what he did and his past. And honestly, he did not deserve to die the way he did. Tortured by the Dung Eater. Maybe A is too much, but B+. He's a cool dude. I don't know if I can keep him alive. I'm gonna try next time. Is this the guy that goes around looking for the gold mask? We put these two together then. I honestly... Brother Corin, I think is called. What is he trying to do? I suppose I don't know too much about them because we never finished this quest. I barely spoke to him in my playthrough. Yeah, right? I mean... It just sells you, I think, incantations, and then... He just... goes on a journey to meet the gold mask, and the gold mask is like... It's one of the Tarnished, and it's supposed to be one of the candidates to become Elden Lord, but... I don't really know much about him. At least not from my playthrough. I never saw the sun guy at all. Imagine that. I mean, I'm gonna put him in D, but I'm gonna reserve final judgment after we finish his quest at some point. Now, Gold Mask, I'm gonna put him in B just because it's this very weird dude, and I kinda like his design. It's this silent guy that seems to know a lot. And he doesn't say anything, and he's got this weird faceplate. We don't know why. Apparently there is an ending involving the Gold Mask, so maybe one day. Just because of the design, I'm gonna put him in B. Who is this person? What is this? I think that's Dee's twin brother. Did I ever met them? It was outside the twin gargoyle fight. I barely remember him, honestly. So I guess, who are you? I mean, I know them, but what was his role again? What did he have to say? Nothing special, I suppose. Did he know the brother? Does he even have a name? Oh, this guy, Beholder of Death. Oh, they're both called D. Real name is Devin. Okay. I had to give him the twin. Oh my god, I missed his entire quest, didn't I? Completely missed this quest. I mean, is he even useful for anything? I don't know. I'm gonna put in who are you because we basically didn't interact with him at all. Now this guy's pretty cool, but he didn't really do much. He just got killed by Fia at some point, and I still don't know why exactly. I'm sure he had some sort of quest. I do like the concept of the armor. I think the twin armor is because... What was the reason? It's partly made of gold because of the Golden Order. But it was also something else. I hunt those who live in death and weed their death root. So this is the guy that told me to feed the death root to the beast clergyman? Tells you how to learn the clergyman beast spells, I suppose. It tells you where they are. Serves the Golden Order. He's a friend of Rogier. He's hunting the undead. Okay. He's just a guy hunting undead people. Two known as the are inseparable twins. They are two bodies and two minds, but one single soul. Not once they do stand together. Not one word do they speak to one another. Perhaps this armor longs to find its way to the other D. The armor is kind of cool, yeah. And that's the only reason why I'm putting him in C. Otherwise, I don't think he's... There's much else to say. I mean, it's a fairly cool character. It's a little cryptic, but... eh. What is this guy? Is it the guy that you kill? Why is it here? Is it Darrowell? I'm sure there's some lore around him, but I don't know who he is. So, whatever. Dialos. I really like Dialos. Dialos is A tier. First of all, he's got like such a cool armor. But I really like the story of this sort of talentless person that is trying so hard to prove himself, but fails every time. Like, he tries to help the Golden Order and he can't do it. He tries to save his friend, his servitor, yeah, the person that he was serving him, right? And he found her dead. He couldn't save her, couldn't protect her. She goes to avenge her to the Volcano Manor, and instead he takes part of the bullshit that's happening at Volcano Manor. But then, instead of trying to kill people, he felt like he wasn't really up for it, and he left Volcano Manor. He found himself in Jarburg, and he died trying to do something, and probably failing again. But I don't know. I think it's a very tragic life, but I really like that he keeps trying. He's just lost. He feels like hopelessly lost. He did stop the poachers. Yeah, he did stop them. But he died. He did one good thing with his life, I suppose. He saved the village of Little Jars. Oh, he's a cool guy. I like him. Okay, this guy's a piece of shit. That's Irina's dad. Look, I understand your castle is under siege, but I'm telling you, your daughter is like waiting for you. She's lonely. And you say something like, oh, I can't go there now, right now. I have to do something here. Dude, have you looked around? The castle is overrun by misbegotten. Get out of there. Get to your daughter and get out of there. Instead, what does he do? Nothing for a little while. Then you tell him his daughter is dead. And he just disappears somewhere and probably dies as well. He does go to her, but it's too late. And then I think he goes back, but he's dead, right? the hell is going on? Hang on a second, guys. Give me a moment. I'm back. I don't know. Weird noises. Probably outside. Your playthrough or in general? I think in general. Because I tried doing his quest on another character. Edgar, his name. Oh yeah, like he goes mad and invades you. If the player traverses, Edgar will appear. If the player defeats him before killing the Misbegotten, then the player will miss out on Edgar as a summon. I don't know. I mean, this guy could have handled things very differently. Also, maybe next time don't, you know, treat Misbegottens as slaves just because they are a little different. So yeah, no, he can go fuck himself. The Dung Eater. Dung Eater is, I think Dung Eater is S tier. This guy's so wildly crazy. I really like his whole quest line. Stuck between the duty to his daughter and duty to his castle. Yeah, but he's also massively racist towards the Misbegotten. You know, Misbegotten didn't really do anything other than being born a little weird. I mean, it's the same for this guy, right? He's a Misbegotten, which has been imprisoned and enslaved by Marika. So yeah, the poor guys didn't really do anything. But I mean, you pick up hundreds of these little guys, you put them in a castle, you treat them as slaves, and you don't have a militia. What do you think is going to happen? At some point they're going to rebel, obviously. So I mean, he was kind of looking for it, if you ask me. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Yeah, no, the Dung Eater is fantastic. I think it's a very cool character. I would like to know more about him, about how he ended up like that. And what does he think is gonna happen at the end? I guess we're gonna have to do his ending at some point just to try and figure out what happens. I mean, I suppose we can actually see what happens. Like I left the spoilers behind me. Now I can get spoiled about everything. Not Randy's quest. I don't get spoiled about Randy's quest. So the Mending Rune of Fell Curse. Get access to an ending. Is it the Despair? So, if you do his quest and you mend the runes with the Fell Curse, you begin the Age of Despair. The Blessing of the Despair ending is an alternative version of the default ending. The Tarnished chooses to use the Mending Rune of the Fell Curse and begin a new age as Elden Lord, the difference being now the lands between has now been overtaken by a reviled curse. While the details as to what the curse brings isn't fully explained, it is the same curse brought from the Dung Eater's defilement, causing the defiled soul to be unable to return to the Erdtree. The fell curse embedded in the Elden Ring, all present and future generations will be afflicted with this loathsome curse. The Fallen Leaves tells the story of how a Tarnished became Elden Lord. Our seed will look back upon us and recall, in our home across the fog that lands between, the reviled curse that defines our age, the Blessing of Despair. I mean, it's pretty cool. I would like to know what it all means at some point. So I like him as a character. Hewig, honestly, poor guy. Very cool. Very sad story. He's been enslaved. He's a misbegotten. But for some reason, he's been tasked by Marika to make a weapon to kill gods. Now, I am wondering, is it Marika that gave him the task to kill all her progeny? Or was it Radagon in the body of Marika that maybe was trying to kill Marika, maybe was trying to, you know, free himself? Okay, so I've been reading a lot about Marika and Radagon. First of all, they are not the same person. They are two different persons. The problem is they share one body. But they are two different people in one body. And it's unclear if they are aligned and if they want the same things, because from what's been happening, it seems like Radagon was trying his best to restore the Golden Order, but Marika feels like she was done with the Golden Order. So was it Marika trying to find a weapon to kill Radagon and get rid of this part of her? Or was it Radagon doing the opposite? I don't know. But I mean, because it seems from like a many items description that I've read and a bunch of theories going on the internet that Marika and Radagon at first were like in it together, but then they started kind of diverging to the point where Radagon was doing things without Marika really knowing what he was doing. I mean, Marika shattered the Elden Ring and Radagon was trying to put it back together, so you can see that they are not exactly going in the same direction. With the same weapon, yeah. But yeah, he's a sad person, and he's so connected to the Round Table Hold, and when the Round Table Hold eventually loses its power after the burning of the Erdtree, he's starting to lose his memory. He doesn't recognize people. He just has one job: make a weapon to slay the gods, and that's what he does. I don't know, it's very tragic, it's very sad, it's very From Software, and I think it embodies those kind of characters very well. So I like him. I like him a lot. Is this person? No idea. Great. Moving on. Enba? Enba, whatever she's called. She can kind of go fuck herself, honestly. She's an assassin, and at this point it's obvious that Gideon sent her after us to kill us at the very start of the game. I mean, I can't blame her. She was just following orders. But as soon as we found the medallion, she went after us. Gideon told her, kill him. They're getting a little too cocky. Kill him. Gideon was never our friend. No matter how much we worked together to get there, at the end, Gideon was always our enemy. So, yeah. And he's a piece of shit. He treats his daughter like crap. Where is Gideon? Fuck this guy, man. He's such a piece of shit. I mean, it's a very cool character. If I have to judge him as a character, it's probably A tier, S tier. In fact, no, I'm gonna put him in S tier because it's a really cool character. But this guy's a slimy piece of shit. Like, he treats his daughter like absolute garbage. He sends her to do something, and in the meantime, he's completely slaughtered the Albinarics. I think he's in control of the Omen Killers as well. He's trying to wipe away all the Omens and all the Misbegottens. He doesn't care about anything. He just wants to keep the status quo to the point where he just stops you from becoming Elden Lord. I don't know. It's a piece of shit, but it's a cool character. Also, it is pretty cool that Gideon, the all-knowing, uses literally every school of magic in the game, like incantations, sorceries, blood magic, like everything. Fire. Hello, Chino. Did I miss another tier list? What did I miss? Not much. We're just doing the last tier list. Yeah, yesterday I did finish the bosses one, and then I did the waifu one. I'm sure the waifu one was a little controversial. Let's just say that. As for shit, no. As a cool dudes. The finger readers. They're weirdos, aren't they? He's on Rage talking about it. Oh, yeah, this guy is an absolute piece of garbage. But as a character and his role in the story, I think works really well. You know, I have to consider many things, not just if I liked him or not, or if I think they're bad or good. Like, as a character, this guy is actually pretty good. Too easy. It's the guy in the Round Table Hold. He's the leader of the Round Table Hold. The one that guides you to all the demigods and all the runes. But in the end, he just tries to kill you because he doesn't want you to be called Elden Lord. He wants things to stay the way they are. And he wants the Golden Order in charge. Fia. Fia's an interesting character. I need to read more about her. I don't know much about her. But like this quest, the way it happened. I mean, all she's trying to do is fulfill Godwin's original wish, which is to bring death back to the world and restore the order of people, you know, being born, living, and then dying, as opposed to the sort of stasis we have right now, where no new life is born and everybody's immortal. You can plan making you stronger and stronger, fighting demigods, and then try to backstab. I guess he thought he was stronger than me. Being Gideon, the all-knowing. You know everything. Yeah, no, I totally understand Fia's point of view. And I guess I chose her ending at the end for my first real ending, so I kind of have to give her a good grade. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. I don't know much about this guy. I know that he was a very powerful warrior. I know that he was sent to fight the giants by Marika, and when they killed all the giants but one, they were banished from the realm, and I still don't know exactly why. And I don't know what happened to them, but it's a pretty cool dude. It's a solid B. I guess I have to look for more stuff to really give him a good grade, but in fact, I'm gonna give it a C, because you really never hear or see anything about him until the very end. And considering he was the first Elden Lord, I feel like he should have been a little bit more present in the whole story. Matches, yes, Meditei. I think he has the potential to be a very cool character, but we needed more backstory for him. The soldiers of the Tarnish who wish to return to the realm, yeah. And they were all banished. Once they finished the freaking march against the fire giants, they were all banished. By Marika. I don't know why. Godric. Does anybody know the lore of Godric? I mean, I really like the guy. But why did he start the grafting? Anyway, his presentation and his entire boss fight is just so cool that I have to put him in A. Again, probably the most metal thing in the entire game. The fucking guy rips off the head of a dragon, sticks it in his arm, and fights you with a fucking dragon head for a hand. If that's not badass, I then don't know what else is badass, you know? Because she wanted to reunite with Radagon. Yeah. Radagon was also marching along with them. Ranni is supposed to be triple S here. Where's Ranni? There you go. Why is Radagon in triple S? His story is just so cool. He's a very cool dude. I think... can I just put all of them in triple S? Blade and Ranni, to me, it's literally the best quest in the game with the most interesting characters. So they really deserve... I mean, I didn't type this. I didn't type Ranni tier, but I agree. They have absolutely the best backstory. I mean, Ranni was an Empyrean. I still have to... I have seen a video that's going to explain what they are, like, in detail, but I know that they are supposed to succeed Marika as some sort of god. You know, the god chosen by the Greater Will. And there's like a few of them. So they are guided by the two fingers. Each of the Empyreans has two fingers that basically grooms them from a very early age and then tells them exactly what they have to do throughout their entire lives. But Ranni doesn't want to know anything about that. He wants to rebel, he wants to kill the two fingers, and throughout that very epic questline, she actually does it. I mean, to the point where to avoid the freaking will influence, she destroys her body and probably the reason why Celivis is there is because Rani asked him to turn her into a puppet so she was free of the control of the Greater Will and the Two Fingers. Like, she went to the length of discarding her own freaking body to do that. I mean, that's fucking badass. There's an interesting similarities between Rani and Melina. I think Melina is another one that was supposed to be maybe an Empyrean? I don't know. Yeah, there are similarities. Look, she doesn't give a shit about anything. In fact, there is one line in the game that could be easily interpreted as she using these people as tools. Just to reach her final goal of killing the Two Fingers and freeing herself permanently from the influence of the Greater Will. She does and she doesn't. I mean, there's like conflicting voice lines in the games, you know? Especially when she's talking about Blade. She says something like, "Poor boy, I loved him," you know, something like that. She seems like she's talking about him in a very endearing way, in a way that makes you think she cares. So she may be a little bit conflicted, like she cares about these people, but at the same time, she has to use them to achieve her goal. I don't know. The entire quest line is just super cool, and it's so deep if you go read into the whole lore of everything. I really like it. This guy is one of the ultimate piece of shit in the entire game, in the entire franchise even. I think he's the worst. I think I hate him, and I think next time I'm gonna see him, I'm gonna just kill him. I don't know who you are. Let's do all the weird ones. You hate the downtrodden? Like, this guy's not downtrodden. This guy's a slimy, sneaky piece of shit, okay? He's a weasel, is what he is. The Mimic Tier. I don't know why it's here. Let's see. Let's do a few fairly quickly. Torrent, for example. The fuck do you want me to say? It's a horse. It's a horse. It's like Roach, you know? It's I have it, and if it dies, I literally grab another one and I call it Roach. Is this guy Pedia? Pedia is a weird one. Or again, double jump there. Yeah, many times that leads to your death. So maybe it's time we start asking why can he double jump and why does he do that so willingly, you know? Pedia is a person making puppets which possibly taught Celivis how to use the puppet sorceries. He was a servant of the Carrier Manor. We don't know exactly what he did for whom, but he's a bit of an asshole. I'm gonna put him in D. And while we're at it, where's Celivis? Celivis is even worse than that guy. I can't really say anything good about this character. You know what? I'm gonna put him in D and not F because I think he's just a piece of shit, but not like a bad character. As in, like, you know, a poorly built character. But he's like the worst at everything he does. He literally turns people into dolls and then plays with them in his basement, in his secret basement. Come on. I mean, I don't. There's nothing else to say. Selin is A tier. I mean, she's this lady that she's just trying to research the unknown, and she's been expelled by the academy because she was trying to dabble in forces that were beyond their control or the dangers. But that's how you innovate. She managed to rescue her. Yeah, I completely fulfilled all her quests. And, I mean, she ends up being a bit of a creepy ball of heads. Sell it. Yeah. I did. I did finish her quest. I think she's cool. And I put her, like, at A rank in the waifu tier list, so I have to put her A in there. Is this Tiny Jar? Tiny Jar is S or triple S. I think it's triple S. Ball of heads? What? Don't worry about it. It's not a good ending. Basically, she gets back to Ray Lucaria and probably uses some sort of forbidden sorceries and turns herself into a monster. Little Jar, cuz, like, come on, bruv. I mean, this guy's cool. It's a little bro, you know? It's a little Jar bro. I love him. I love him to bits. Even though he told me my hands are not shiny or polished or whatever. He's cool. He's a cool dude. I like him. Not the best guys. Maybe not as good as Box, so let's put him in S. There. Right next to Alexander. What's it called? Gawain? Hang on. Have him? Gowry. Gowry seems like a pretty chill dude. Honestly, he's very worried about Millicent. Seems like he was like a father figure, and he was really thoughtful about her. Even though he was probably a sorcerer from the town of magic. I don't know much about him, but he seemed like a pretty cool dude. And saved Millicent from death, so I like him. Speaking of, where's Millicent? Millicent is S tier. I wish I could see the end of her quest line. And I will at some point. But going from a dying lady on the corner of a church that had to be patched because people would kill her just by stepping around her, to super badass with a prosthetic hand, becoming a warrior, like, I don't know, it's pretty badass. And she's my top waifu, so whatever. Let's do Radagon is triple S here. I'm still in the process of reading many theories about Radagon. But he seems to me like he was kind of like in a Diallo's position. He was trying to do something with his life and he didn't exactly know what. He was basically forced to be in the same body as Marika, possibly even made by Marika herself. One of the theories I read today doesn't really make any sense, but you know, they said that he was made by Marika because Marika was cursed by the fire giants when she sent Godfrey to destroy them. And so Marika had to put the curse into a vessel, which was Radagon, which is why he has red hair, like the giants. However, that doesn't really make any sense because Radagon was participating already in the giants' extermination, so he was already around. He could have been different. He could not have been red-haired at the time, so maybe he was still cursed by Marika. I don't know. The poor guy at some point decided, you know what, fuck Marika, I'm going away, I'm going to Raya Lucaria. He fell in love with Renala, and then Renala just, I don't know, they got separated because Marika couldn't have, obviously. Imagine if you're Marika, you wake up in the body of Radagon one day, or, you know, your body, and you're sleeping next to Renala. I mean, I would also freak out and try to destroy everything. But yeah, no, I want to read a lot more, but he seems like a very cool dude. He really believes in the Golden Order. Whether that's good or not, it's another matter entirely, but he's trying his best. I think he's very confused, and I think he deserves to be like one of the best characters. I really hope that they explore their character a bit more in the DLC. We'll see. Honestly, Renala is bad. I don't know who. I don't know what she wants. I don't know who she is. What's the Ember Egg? I still don't understand. What was it supposed to be? Was that Radagon using the Crucible to give a new life for Renala? Or like, what happened there exactly? I don't know. But I don't like her. I don't know what else to say. Radahn is badass. I'm gonna put him in B for badass. In fact, I'm gonna put him in A for absolute badass. She just want sweeting born anew. Yeah, that's weird. What can we say about Radahn? I mean, it's this super crazy warrior that keeps fighting despite the fact that he's basically rotted from the inside. And he was trying to stop Ranni for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. But basically, Ranni gets her power from the stars, and Radahn was holding the stars in place. That's another thing that I'm gonna have to read all about because it was very interesting. Like, how the fuck does he even have the power to do that? He learned the gravity magic. Oh, I did see something. So, in the code of the game, there's like some unused assets from the Radahn fight, which led some people to believe that those creatures from space, those astral kind of monsters, you know, the like bug skeleton with the stars as a tail, that was supposed to come down as a meteor after Radahn died mid-fight. So I don't know what it changed, but there was the model of Astel used with this animation that was like a very long, almost like landing, exactly like the meteor move, in a very, very big arena, because the animation is gigantic, like takes place in a long area, like in a big area, right? So I think what was supposed to happen is that you kill Radahn, his power fails, and the stars come back, including those creatures. So maybe Radahn was not only holding back the stars for Ranni, but maybe Radahn was also holding back those monsters from outer space that were trying to, I don't know, get back to Earth and to the lands between and do something. I don't know. Stopping an invasion? Maybe. I don't know, it's a pretty cool concept though. let's see. Turtle Pope is triple S. I mean, first of all, he was the loyal servant of Renal and Radagon. He loved them. And apparently it was like something like their pet or something, I don't know. But this is the only NPC that actually gave me solid backstory for some characters without being cryptic. One of the few NPCs with actual story exposition, so it's gonna be in triple S. I'm gonna pat his head like a good boy. Beware, dog or something, right? That's what people do. Rykard is triple S. Easy. Easy triple S, Rykard. I mean, come on. He's opposing the Golden Order, we don't know why. For some reason, he's also in cahoots with the Godskin Apostles. Like, one of them is in his church. And I don't know exactly... So, this is my theory, because I've heard people talking about what the Godskin Apostles do and what the snake does, but to me, it was like a mutually beneficial relationship, but almost in a parasitic way. So, the Godskins kill demigods and gods and wear their skins. We don't know why. You know, the Gloomdie Queen asked them to, but I mean, they are freaks, right? And Rykard is a giant snake, which basically sheds unlimited skin. So for the Godskins, it was like a paradise. They have this thing that produces unlimited skin. The skin of a god. And in turn, Rykard was giving his skin away to kill the other gods, because that's what he wants to do, right? He wants to kill them and eat them. So it's a weird relationship, but I think that's the reason why they are together in the same place. I don't know, it does make some sort of weird sense. This is my theory, by the way. I didn't read or hear that anywhere. This is my theory. But it does kind of make sense. Now, probably it doesn't, and probably would not make sense because I don't know much about the Godskin Apostles and the Gloomite Queen, but I don't know, it fits. The snake, it's got a lot of skin, you know, that keeps shedding, molting, or whatever. And, you know, they grab it and make little nice outfits out of Rykard's skin. Pops. Pops is a poor soul. Honestly, he's a little bit of an idiot. I mean, he's friendly, he's nice, but, like... Come on, what a fucking bozo. Why would you want to go back to Raya Lucaria? It's a shithole, my guy. You know it's a shithole. Ah, man. Finding him dead on the freaking desk was like... Tops went for milk and forgot his house keys. Can you imagine? Yeah, silly person. Let's see. Apheli. Apheli's a good character. It's a solid top of the B. She's an unfortunate character, adopted by Gideon after going through something traumatic, and then Gideon made her go through something even more traumatic, and then when she wasn't useful anymore, she literally discarded her. Bloody hell. What a freaking life. But I'm glad she eventually got what she deserved. I mean, she's a Lu. She's of the Lu family. I don't know if she's the daughter of freaking Horror Lu. But the fact that there's Horror Lu and Nepheli Lu, I mean, it's very likely that she's the daughter of Horror Lu. Now, I have no idea why Horalu was in the body of Godfrey. I don't know what the lion is supposed to be or what it's supposed to mean. But yeah, I think she's a solid B character. Let's see. Don't know who you are. I don't think I've ever met you. Who is this guy? Vike. Vike is triple S tier. Like, the entire story of Vike, it's so tragic. He was supposed to be the Elden Lord, this guy. But then unfortunately succumbed to the frenzy madness. Was he seduced by the Three Fingers? Possibly. But then, after you kill him at the church, why do you find him in the mountaintop in an Everjail? Freed from the influence? Like, I don't exactly know what's going on there. Did he manage to free himself from the curse at some point? Because he's an invader, right? So they're technically not really there. I don't know. I mean, he's a cool dude. And apparently he was a friend of the dragons, and he was studying the techniques of the dragons. I don't know, it's such a cool guy. The Two Fingers are stupid as hell. Can we just agree that the fingers are dumb? They don't do anything. They're literally big, creepy fingers. I don't like them. But F tier? I mean, I don't hate them more than Celavis. They're just kind of there, you know? Verre, I'm gonna put him in B because I like Verre, but we're gonna have to do his full quest at some point. I know he serves Mog, so I'm guessing probably we're gonna end up killing him, but he's like a pretty cool dude. I'm gonna have to put Mog and Morgoth up to S. Also, is Marika only able to make twins? She made Mog and Morgoth. She made Miquella and Malenia. And then Radahn? Did Radahn have a brother slash sister? I don't know. I know some people even theorize that Radagon was the twin brother of... Godwyn wasn't a twin? Was he? Why are there two Godwyns then? Dude, there's a Godwyn in the Deeproot, and there's a Godwyn under Stormveil. Are they both Godwyn, or is one Godwyn and the other is someone else? I mean, I'm just saying. There's two of them, and they look exactly the same. But only one is the real one, so what the fuck is the other one? One thing I want to point out, though, is that From Software needs to get their shit together with the naming convention, because honest to God, I can't have Godwyn, Godfried, Godfroy, Godric, and... Stop. Stop. Seriously, stop. Radan, Radagon, Ranala, Rani, Rara. Please. I think it was deliberate. Was it though? I mean, Godfrey, Godwin, Godefroy, and Godric. I mean, they're not like brothers and sisters or anything, are they? Wait, hang on a second. Other than the golden. Yeah, so he was a son of Godfrey. So Marika got with Godfrey. Malikat is Marika older brother? Ah, where? I wonder where does this say that? Like, what's the item that points toward that? It would make sense. I mean, he's serving her basically blindly. Maliketh. The Rani who sought to change her fate of being a pawn to the Two Fingers stole a piece of the Rune of Death from Maliketh. So there's the Guardian of the Rune. With the stolen fragment she killed. She forced the assassins and then the powers of destined death, wishing to shed the Imperial body, yeah. Maliketh. Half brother to Queen Marika the Eternal. Yeah, it says that. Fought and defeated the Glowmite Queen, the leader of the Godskin Impostures. This is such a mysterious character, though. It was an Empyrean chosen by her own Two Fingers, so that was another one of the Empyreans, apparently. After her defeat at the hands of Malika, the Rune of Death was sealed away, as desired by Queen Marika, in order to create the Golden Order. This caused the true power of the Godskin Impostures' Black Flame incantation to be lost. Her fate after the fall of the campaign remains a mystery. She could still be around. It says it's being killed, but you know how these things go. Yeah, anyway, let's finish this quickly. Let's do Uria. Uria's a pretty cool guy. I mean, it's a B. I like this quest. Shame he died, but he had to die to give me one of the best weapons in the game, so a shame, but good for him. Also, I don't know what was his relationship with Eleonora, but it seems like he was more than hunter and prey, you know? I wish I knew more about that. Okina, do we know anything about this guy other than that he's just like a super swordsman? I mean, he's cool and all, he's got the rivers of blood, but like... the samurai, dude. It's very... kind of out there, you know? There's really nothing... It's a bit weird, also. It's the only... I suppose it's not so uncommon. All the Dark Souls had, like, Eastern-inspired sets. It's so out there. I don't know. A little bit weird. Lutenna is an A tier. I love her quest. He's got Big Wolf. Fluffy Wolf. I don't need anything else. Merchants. They're kind of weird. And they're all mad, by the way. They're all frenzied. They're all crazy. They're all under the influence of the frenzied flame. We don't know why or when that happened. But they are not right in their minds. And they are... I think the fact that they have all these like hidden nodes that leads you to the frenzied flame. I don't know if it's a coincidence because they are the only merchants, or if it's made on purpose and it's like a silent cry for help. Yep, there will be. Malikat is pretty fucking cool. I mean, what do you want me to say? He's like right hand of Marika, material executor of her will, basically. Like, he does whatever she wants. He has the Rune of Death. He's like such a cool guy. I don't really understand why the Beastman thing happened. Like, why was he stuck in the Beast Clergyman? Was it a punishment? Was he doing it to himself? Trying to ward off the hunger of the Death Rune, maybe? It seems like the Death Rune had an influence on him, right? You know, feeding off of death and the Death Root? Maybe that was the influence of the rune. If he wasn't born with the rune, must have been a pretty big burden. Roderica is a good character. I like her. And at the end, she's the only one that manages to stay with Hewig and care for him. She's really nice. I think she was like some sort of princess, like a spoiled brat from a distant land. And for some reason, I think somebody tried to kill her. She escaped to the lands between, so she got here basically alone. And turned from like a stupid little girl to a woman with a purpose. So it's a story. Oh yeah, the men were all grafted. Yes. She had like an escort, but they were all grafted by Godric. That's a shame. Is there a mosquito in my room? Yeah, now I remember the first dialogue. Alright. Rogier. Dude, you're pretty cool, but like... what the fuck happened to you? Why was he stuck with death? I don't know what he did. Guess next time I'm gonna pay more attention. I think I skipped the entire first part of his quest, by the way. I was supposed to meet him in Stormvale Castle, but for some reason I just saw him back at the Round Table Hold, so I don't know how he ended there. Okay. Kenneth is S tier. Look at his face. He looks like freaking our emote, you know? Where is it? Like, come on, that's him. Oh, fun little guy. Melina, probably an A tier. I feel like I don't really get her motivations for the story, but like... actually B tier. I don't know, it didn't do it for me, I don't know. Where do we put Melania? I mean, she's a right badass. Although I don't know much about her story, but she's basically the goddess of the rot, or she's like the favorite of the goddess of the god of rot. No matter what, she's a freaking badass, strongest warrior ever. All the prosthetics, all the rot inside, and she still puts up like a hell of a fight. So I have to give it a good one. Okay, which one is the one that dies? I think this is Arena. I mean, look. There was so much they could have done to save her. She decided to wait there? Dude. You're blind. You could have gone to the Round Table Hall to wait. You could have gone, like, any number of places that were safer than staying there. I don't know. It's just unfortunate character. Jaren. Jaren is a B. I like Jaren. I eventually ended up killing him, but he was a cool guy, you know. He was serving Radahn. Apparently was a strong, super strong warrior. And, yeah, he organized the festival, which was really cool. It has this kind of weird, funky jester sort of armor. And he's a witch hunter as well. I don't know. Pretty cool guy. I don't know much about him, but... Hieta, probably an S tier. I really like her quest. It has so many weird implications, like the things you're feeding her, the fact that you can't tell her what they are or not, and the fact that she keeps wanting to go forward, and the whole thing with the three fingers is just such a cool and interesting part of the game. I think if I could group up all the things involving the three fingers and the frenzy madness, I would put them in triple S tier, which is why that guy is right there, you know. That's what they're like, almost there. Who are these people? Who are these people? That guy looks like a sanguine noble. See if I can identify them. They don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. That's an item. Is that Shabriri? That is Shabriri. So that's a very interesting. It's very mysterious. I don't exactly know what Shabriri is, but I can only imagine it's some sort of agent of the Frenzied Flame, an agent of the Three Fingers. I don't know if it's the version of the Finger Maidens for the Three Fingers or something like that, but yeah. I remember this. Well, we find this after killing Vike, you know, at the top of the church. However, I have no idea who these people are. You know, who I think they are? I think they are invaders. Because I am pretty sure this woman right here, it's Anastasia. Look at her. She's got the gigantic, like, butcher knife. And the kind of veil. This guy's the sanguine noble that invades you, and this is probably also a guy that invades you. So, they're invaders. I mean, you meet them as invaders, you don't really know who they are. I think this guy too is an invader of some sorts. They all are probably. Well, that is it, guys. That's my NPC tier list. Pretty good stuff, though. Pretty good stuff. I think the game has a lot of very interesting characters. I just wish that I would have taken 20% less exploration map size in favor of 20% more lore and more fleshed out interactions with these people. I think that's fair. Again, I said it before, I think Elden Ring is too big. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's my Elden Ring tier lists.